Today we're talking about espionage and the government and transparency and equality and hypocrisy. I want to discuss first, I did a search on Google and I said, Google, did the John Guerrico case bring forward any other criminal cases against the government officials for torture? And it said, in fact, Guerrico, a former CIA analyst who became the first U.S. official to confirm the existence of the agency's waterboarding program, holds the distinct and controversial status of being the only person to serve federal prison time in connection with the CIA's torture program. However, he was in prison for leaking the name of a covert operative to a journalist, not for the torture itself. Rather than sparking a wave of prosecutions against the individuals who committed or authorized torture, Guerrico's prosecution served as a chilling deterrent for future whistleblowers. Then I asked Google, I said, Google, did Anthony Snowden bring any court cases for justice against spying? Let's go to Wikipedia. On Wikipedia, this is my favorite right here. This really exposes more than they wanted anything exposed. U.S. Secrets in the History of the United States, Sir David Omand, a former director of GCHQ, described Snowden's disclosure as the most catastrophic loss to British intelligence ever. Taken together, the revelations have brought to light a global surveillance system that cast off many of its historical restraints after the attacks of September 11, 2001. Secret legal authorities empowered the NSA to sweep in the telephone, internet, and location of records of whole populations. Is there a reason why you keep cutting the camera? We can read it again, it's no problem. Taken together, the revelations have brought to light a global surveillance system that cast off many of its historical restraints after the attacks of September 11th, 2001. Secret legal authorities empowered the NSA to sweep the telephone, internet, and location records of a whole population. The disclosure revealed specific details of the NSA's close cooperation with U.S. federal agencies, such as the FBI and the Central Intelligence Agency, in addition to the previously undisclosed financial payments and numerous commercial partners and telecommunications companies. So, it showed their monopolization. During the 2010s, international media reports revealed now operational details about the Anglophone Cryptographic Agency's global surveillance of both foreign and domestic nationals. The reports mostly relate to top-secret documents leaked by ex-NSA contractor Edward Snowden. The documents consist of intelligence files relating to the U.S. and other Five Eyes countries. Five Eyes countries. Wow. In June 2013, the first of Snowden's documents were published, with further selected documents released to various news outlets throughout the year. These media reports disclose several secret treaties signed by members of the UK-USA community in their efforts. These media reports disclose several secret treaties signed by members of the UK-USA community in their efforts to implement global surveillance. The first time I said that, the camera went down on Rumble. There's a lot of camera messing around going on tonight on Rumble, I see. They're treating Rumble like TikTok now. Hi, feds. Hi, Mom. Hi, everybody. I know you're watching. Fuck you all, you fed motherfuckers. And Mom too. Fuck Mom too. Long story. Anyway. Alright, are we recording still? Yes, we are. Were any cases brought to punish people Julian Assange exposed? Yes, cases were brought against the individuals who leaked the classified information to Julian Assange, most notably former U.S. Army intelligence analyst Chelsea Manning. Chelsea was court-martialed in 2013 and originally sentenced to 35 years in prison for her role in the leaks. Though her sentence was commuted by President Barack Obama in 2017, later in 2019, Manning was jailed for contempt of court for an additional period after refusing to testify before a grand jury investigation. All right. By contrast, the United States did not prosecute the government officials, diplomats, or military personnel whose misdeeds were exposed by the documents themselves. The criminal cases stemming from the releases were directed entirely at the leakers and Assange himself rather than the subjects of the leaks. Golly. Assange ultimately reached a plea agreement with the U.S. Justice Department in June 2024. He pleaded guilty to one charge of conspiring to obtain and disclose national defense information and was sentenced to time served, allowing him to walk free after over 5 years. Wait for it. In a British prison. British prison. Right there. Britain. Here it is. Again, unhighlighted. Interesting running into Britain so many times in this investigation. Can citizens directly charge or prosecute the U.S. government for criminal offense of espionage? Citizens cannot directly charge or prosecute the U.S. government with a criminal offense like espionage because prosecutorial power rests exclusively with federal and state executive authorities. However, individuals harmed by unlawful government surveillance can pursue civil lawsuits seeking damages. Civil avenues and protections against government spying. Constitutional claims under a legal doctrine known as the Bivens Action. Citizens can sue individual federal officials in civil court for violating their constitutional rights, such as illegal, warrantless wiretapping under the Fourth Amendment. All right, foreign intelligence. If the spying falls under the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, FISA, citizens have extremely limited recourse. Courts frequently dismiss these civil cases by siding with government claims of state secrets. All about those state secrets, isn't it? That's the bottom line, isn't it? How espionage charges actually work. Government to citizens federal espionage laws, primarily the Espionage Act of 1917, are used strictly by the government to charge citizens and insiders who leak classified secrets or spy on behalf of foreign powers. Citizens to government. Citizens can report suspected government abuses and espionage to the FBI, which serves as the principal federal law enforcement agency. The FBI would have to conduct its own investigation. I didn't know we were going into comedy material so quickly here without my permission. The FBI would have to conduct its own investigation and pursue criminal charges on behalf of the state. If you suspect unlawful surveillance or intelligence gathering by a government agency, consulting a specialized civil liberties attorney or contacting the American Civil Liberties Union is the best first step to determine if your specific situation qualifies for legal action. Is it though, really? When you know everybody in the damn courtroom has loyalty to what? The bar? What is the bar? Britain Accredited Registry. Here we are at Britain again. Oh boy, we're so represented by Britain, aren't we? Pew. Here we go. This one right here. Citizens cannot directly charge the government with criminal espionage. It says, let me see. Accountability mechanisms. While direct criminal charges by a citizen are not possible, legal avenues, including Freedom of Information Act or FOIA lawsuits, exist to force disclosure of government surveillance policies. Yeah. While direct criminal charges by a citizen are not possible, legal avenues, including FOIA lawsuits, exist to force disclosure of government surveillance policies. So what's the deal here? The deal is they admitted they were guilty with all these court cases. All these people, they created a foundation for us to convict the government of espionage, surveillance, crimes, massive felonies. They did that. This is admittance by deflection and charge of guilt. This is 12 reasons why I don't vote. American Corpse Against the People, Constitution, domestic terrorism, espionage of the people, no equality, no justice, entire systems malfunction.